Hello, I'm back. I spent about 20 to 30 minutes with the librarian, all told. Here's the rest of our conversation. I wanted to scroll down 3/4 of the way. She was very helpful. I wanted to show you the most important reminder she gave me. She reminded me about this search everything feature right here. I had forgotten about that. I want to show you where it is. Over here. Here's the library's main online resources page. Here's the search everything button. When I did that, I found tons of interesting articles, searching Cat Stevens in quotation marks so that all the results would return that exact phrase plus Muslim. I found this cool article in The Cat Came Back, which talks about his conversion and the effect it had on his music. There's this On the Road Again, which talks about his upcoming musical and his new music and covers some of the effect of his conversion, which was the main thing the student was having trouble with. When I searched with music and religion, I found that same And the Cat Came Back. But then I also found Yusuf Islam. This one's great because it actually talks about, well, I'm going to click on it and show you really quickly. It talks about some really cool details about his conversion to the Muslim faith, and even talks about him being drawn to a poet, the Sufi poet Rumi, who's one of my favorite poets, and it talks about a song from his new album being influenced by that. Definitely exactly what that student was looking for. And I figured that that was a really useful source just from hovering over this little abstract here and looking at some of the keywords. Going on down, source number 6, Music versus Rock of Ages, also talking about, it says here in the abstract, examines rock stars who have converted and what effect that has on their music. Totally amazing. One more I found that looked pretty good, The Unlikely Return of Cat Stevens. It looks at the religious aspects of his music. So all of this was really great. And then the last thing I want to say about looking through this, it's going to give you some more search terms for further searching. So now I know to look up music, religious aspects. That's a new search term. I had not been typing in religious aspects of music. I see that I can use rock musicians, not just musicians, and that will narrow it. I can use interviews as a key term. So I can just look through some of these subject headers and I can find more search terms. So that was really useful. She also, to go back to the chat with her, reminded me of Google Scholar. And I'm a fan of advanced Google search. Here it is. Here's her reminder of Google Scholar. I'm a big fan of advanced search here. And when I did that, I did return a few cool things. It reminded me about his website, for instance, which I played around with while the librarian was thinking and working for me. And it also found for me this cool article about his new musical that he's writing, which does talk a little bit about some spiritual thoughts, I think, about the musical. But she reminded me of Google Scholar, which returned way cooler results even. I saw some citations in, for instance, there's a citation in an academic paper, Journey from Pop Singing Stardom to the Peace of the Soul. This one looks really cool. It looks like it's going to be super in-depth. Religion and popular music in Europe, new expressions of sacred and secular identity. This looks at the music of Cat Stevens. It would have been useful here to have had more on Muslim responses to his return to music, blah, blah. So Google Scholar, definitely try that one out if you haven't already, because I got some good stuff there. Let me see, anything else? She actually sent me a link to a couple of articles here and there. Here's a Rolling Stone article she found and sent me a link to. So yeah, I just wanted you to not forget how helpful the chatbot is. Final reminder, here it is, chatbot right there in the corner. And if you try it out and have good results, give me an email and let me know how that went. Or if you would like to ask any further questions, let me know, let the chatbot know, and good luck with your search process.